Hello everybody, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about the Vermeer BC1800 brush chipper. This is one of the chippers I bought. We had a BC1000 and a car ended up hitting the machine, and we rented a couple other machines, and we ended up renting this machine. And like I said, it's been over 10 years ago. We still have this chipper today. We still use it almost every day. There was a time period when we didn't use it for about a year or two, and then we found out that it was just better to go back and start using it again because dump fees got high, and we ended up buying a piece of property where we could dump chips, and then we started giving away chips. So if you have a tree service and the dump fees are going up, it's kind of nice to have a chipper to reduce your debris cost, because a lot of times it's a lot easier to get rid of chips and than it is to get rid of brush. So once you chip it, you can give it away. Brush, you always have to haul to the dump or burn it, and most places won't allow you to burn, so the chipper is the best way to go. And you don't always have enough money to buy a chipper and a chip truck and a loader truck when you first get started. So when I started AAATreeservice.com and Tree Life Tree Service, we started off with a small chipper and a small dump truck and converted it to a chip truck. But once we got the 1800, we were able to chip bigger debris. And another thing is, sometimes, like if you're chipping, like you're taking down sycamores or pine trees or trees that you really can't resell for firewood or nobody wants, you have to haul them off. So if you can chip them or chip most of it, it reduces your debris load dramatically. So a lot of times you can get away with just bringing chip truck and a chipper, because this chipper is like the second biggest one they make. I mean, we've chipped up to like 18 to 20 inch logs in this thing. As long as you keep the blade sharp, you'd be surprised what this machine will chip. If it's too big to chip, you can cut it in slices like wagon wheels, and you can feed them in sideways, and you can even chip a little bit bigger pieces. So that's a little trick of the trade. This machine has a Perkins 125 horsepower 4-cylinder diesel, and it's been a great motor. We did have to put a new turbo on it. I think the machine might have been rebuilt. The motor might have been rebuilt before I bought it. But Vermeer went through everything and didn't really refurbish it, but made it to where it was usable. I think I bought it with like maybe 2,000 hours on it. That's what it said on the meter. Now it's way over 4,000. It might be pushing 5,000 or 6,000, but it still runs good as long as you keep oiling it and keep watering it and keep greasing it and keep sharp blades on it. There's a few wear parts that you need to. I have a welder on staff, so you know, when something breaks, you got to keep your eye on it. The drum, if you get a crack in it, you need to immediately grind it down and weld it and mend it, because the drums have a tendency to, if you don't weld them and look for cracks and be very attentive on the wheel. That's the most important thing. If you have one of these chippers, someone experienced has to change the blades and inspect the drum, because the drum can, if it gets cracked and you don't keep an eye on it, it can actually fall apart. And when that thing's spinning at 4,000 RPMs and those blades are about 10 pounds a piece, there's 4 of them on there, you can imagine the centrifugal force that is applied to that drum when there's a 10 or 15, 20 inch log going through there. It could turn into a very bad day. But anyway, this is a very good chipper. It's like one of the best chippers I've ever had. I've used it for a long time. It has a lot of hours on it, and it's still working to this day. This chipper is like 20 years old. I put a new axle under it and 2 new tires this week. So that goes to show you, even though these chippers are old, they're worth putting money into. And if you put money into them, you keep them up to date, and you keep them running, they're a really good investment. You'll make your money back. Just take care of them, make sure the guys are maintaining them, and they'll give you a very big return on your investment. They're very dangerous, so you have to make sure all the guys know the safety. A lot of newer ones have a lot more safety on them, but the older ones just have one bar. You got to make sure that bar is working properly. Make sure it shuts off and shuts those feed rollers down. I have mine on auto feed, so it'll automatically stop if the motor gets jammed up or gets down, or the feed rollers get stuck. It automatically shuts anything from feeding into it. That's a very good safety feature. But I always paint my safety bars red or orange, something different than the machine, so they're easy to notice. But I give a thumbs up to the BC1800 Vermeer chipper. They're excellent chippers. If you keep them maintained, they're a very good asset to your tree service business. Again, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews. If you like these reviews, please give us a thumbs up. Crush the like button. Please subscribe. Ring the bell. And there'll be plenty more of these videos coming to you. And they'll get better and better every time. This is Roger. Peace.